one of the weirdest animal experiences I saw was this small snake, and there was we were at a Les Active's house, and he had a boy that was playing in the street, and this snake was deliberately trying to come towards the little boy and bite his foot or something. It was going towards him, and the dad started shouting out as we were talking with him. And we turned around and we see this snake getting close to the boy's foot, and the boy looked down and saw it coming towards his foot. It was just a little thing, and it was coming towards his foot where it could have been anywhere else in the grass and everything. And he jumped away, he got away, and the snake would throw its back tail forward, and it would move in this sort of like, if this is its head and this is its tail, it would sort of coil its tail forward and throw its tail over its head. And when it would move forward after that, when we looked, and it did that and escaped down into this little drain. And so it was kind of an ominous, scary little snake that we'd never seen anything like that before. I never even heard or watched on TV or seen any snake move like that before. So it was kind of interesting. One area we went to, we rode elephants through a river and then through the forest, which was pretty fun. And we found this out through a member who took us to this place. And they also had this guy who had a big snake. We just kept hearing about this really big snake, and we wanted to see it. And we get to this place, and we find out where this guy lives, and this lady's like, "Oh, he's not here." He's like, "What do you mean he's not here? Like, it's the middle of the day. Like, this is like kind of a touristy day." She's like, "Oh, he just comes and goes. Like, he just gets money when he wants it, and then like when he doesn't want to be there, he's not there. He doesn't have any business hours." And we were really bummed. And she's like, "But I can pull it out for you." And she breaks into this guy's house, which only was built of like sheet metal and stuff like that. So she was able to kind of break in, and we hear her get in and crashing around inside. And then all of a sudden, this big sheet of metal she lifted up, kind of like a roof and stuff like that, and like the bottom. And then she pulled out this big old cage with this massive snake, and it weighed more than I did. It was, 190 pounds or something like that. So huge snake. And then she just like starts pulling this big old thing out, and like this little Thai lady, and we're trying, and like you can understand us as missionaries like wanting to help this little lady, but at the same time like a little apprehensive with this big old snake, like, thick. And she just pulls it out and starts throwing it on this one elder, like, come here, and then like putting it on him. And it was big, but I guess it was pretty tame. It had been, that guy had raised it for years, 15 years or something like that, and it couldn't even kill its own food. He would have to kill chickens before giving it to him to eat. But I remember holding it and like barely being able to kind of hold this massive thing with weight all over in different places and trying to balance it, and just it being so heavy, and like seeing it come up my chest and like look at me, and how it could just unhinge its jaw and swallow me whole. My head, it really could have. But yeah. So that was a really fun experience for P-Day. So there's some pretty cool stuff, pretty exotic things you'll get to experience that you don't normally get to. This thick, I would say. It was pretty thick. It's like thicker than my head, I think, or my thigh, or anything, about as thick as my thigh or something. So it was thick. Long, lengthwise. How long was it? We had a picture of all four of us elders who were there holding it lengthwise. Oh man, I can't think. Probably more than 10 feet, 10, I don't know, 10, 15. It's kind of hard to think of how long it would have been, but I just remember how thick and heavy it was, mainly. So it was a beast. The snake was a beast. So I think it was a python.